Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial on how to create a basic referral code for your website with Stripe, Firebase, and React. Today we're going to start by creating a folder on your desktop. You can call it Stripe referral code. You want to drag and drop it into Visual Studio Code here. Then you want to open up the terminal and you want to have Node and npm installed. I'm going to show you guys that I have both of these installed on my system. So now that we have Node and npm installed on our computer, there's one more thing we need to install if you don't have it already, which is the package called Create React App. We're going to install this globally on our terminal here. So I'm going to run the clear command, clear everything. We'll do npm install create and then do -g create react app. And there we go. I already had this package installed on my computer. And so we'll do clear, and now we'll do npx create react app, and this only takes one parameter, which is going to be the folder name or the project name. So we'll do Stripe referral code. You guys name this whatever you want, but I'm going to name it Stripe referral code. And we'll come back once this is created. Alright, so now we're back. Here you can see we have our app created. Before we run it, we actually have to get to the folder structure because we're one level above it right now in our terminal. So I'm going to run the clear command again, and we're going to do cd, and we're going to do the package name that we created, which was the Stripe referral code. There we go. Now we're in the folder, and then we want to install 3 packages. We want to do npm install Firebase. We want to install the React router DOM. This is going to allow us to connect web pages together, and then we will do the web vitals. And the Web Vitals, that was just a package I was missing when you created the web application. And essentially what that does, that package was just missing, and it will just keep running an error. And I found that if you just install that package, it won't create that error. So now we will start it. And there we go. We have our basic React application. And this is what it looks like when you don't do any modifications to it. So I'm going to minimize that for now. You're going to want to hit Control-C to terminate the batch, then you want to press Y, and it will stop the whole build. Now what we want to do is we want to create a couple of folders in our source file. So our source file is where all the application we want to do now is create a folder called pages, and another folder called components. The components folder is going to just hold the navigation bar that's going to be on each web page, and then the pages is going to have all the pages. And what I like to do when I'm setting up a project and mapping things out for the components, I like to create a folder for each component. So this is going to be navbar. And then inside navbar, we're going to have, not another folder. I want to right click and want to create a file called navbar with a capital N .jsx. It's always good to have React components with capital N's. It's just a good practice to have. We'll hit enter. And then we'll want to create a navbar.css. And this will be where our CSS lives for the components. And then what you want to do is you want to right click on the components folder, right click or create the new file, and we'll have index.js. And I'll get to this in a moment to show you guys what we'll do. So in here, I have snippets installed on my Visual Studio Code that I can create React functional components. Very simple and easy, just like this. And for the nav bar, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to import, for now, we're going to want to import the navbar CSS, and this has a lowercase n. So now our CSS folder is all hooked up to the navigation bar. And for here, for the index, what we want to do is we want to export, and we'll do default as navbar, and we want to go to our navbar.js x. So now when we want to import the navbar, we only have to go all the way to the components folder. We don't have to go a level below. And this is really nice when you have a ton of components. So for here, for the navbar, we're going to want to import the React DOM, and we want to create links. So we'll do import link React DOM, and in here we want to do a few links, and I like to put them in p tags. So we'll do a p tag and then link. We'll have that link go to we'll do brackets here, our string, and we'll have that /, and this will be our home. And then we're going to have two other links, which is going to be our profile page. It'll be profile. Here we'll have profile. And then we're just going to copy this, paste it, and here we'll have sign up. And this is where we'll have our sign up page here. So that'll be our basic navigation. And then we want to create CSS, so I'm going to just highlight all of this. And here I'm actually going to just ask Copilot here, create BEM CSS for the nav bar. The BEM CSS is a type of CSS formatting that is used out in industry. All right, there we go. We now have our some of our CSS. Here we have our class names. I'm now going to ask it what style should I add next. There we go. We'll create some CSS for our styles here. I like using the BEM or the BEM formatting for CSS. It helps organize your CSS. Now that we have our nav bar created, we're also going to go through each page. We're going to create the home page, the profile page, and the sign up page. So we'll go through the pages. We'll do home first, do profile, and we'll do profile and sign up. Then in the home, we'll have a new file called home.jsx, and then a new file called home.css. Profile will have profile.jsx, new file called profile.css. Signup.jsx and signup.css. And there we go. We have our folder structure created. Now we want to go through each home.jsx or each JSX file or React file, create our React components. And for me, it's just going to be this snippet React functional component export component. Here on the home, functional not React Native, React functional component export profile, and we'll have that for the sign up as well. For the home, we're gonna have to import home CSS. That's a lowercase h. Do the same for profile. Import profile, and then we'll also do import sign up. And there we go. We have our basic web pages signed up or hooked up. Now we want to go to the app JSX file here, and what we want to do is we want to remove all of this code here because we're not going to need it anymore. We can delete this as well. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to import a couple of things from the React DOM. So we're going to want to import the browser router. Oh, didn't spell that right. Browser router. We're also going to import the routes and the route from the React DOM. Before I continue with this, we're also going to go back to the pages. I'm going to create an index file here. And we're going to want to do the same thing we did here with the components and export everything into those folders. So we're going to do export default as, and it's not going to be the nav bar this time, it's going to be home. Do the home folder, capital HOE, and then we'll do export default as the profile and sign up as well. So we're able to export all these pages here, and you'll see in the moment why that's important. Now we'll go back here, and now we'll start creating our structure here. So we want to have the browser router tag first. We want to press enter a couple times, tab in, and here it's doing exactly what we needed it to do. So it's created our routes, it's going to have our home elements, and we're going to actually have to import those first. So we're going to do import, and we're going to do home, profile, and sign up. And it's going to take it from the pages here. So we only have to go to pages, we don't have to go to each individual folder here and grab them. They're all right here, which is very convenient. Then we're also not going to need this CSS anymore either. So now we have our browser router and our routes, and it sets up all of our routes. And I'm going to go back to the navigation here. Yep, and it looks like our sign up here is a capital U, so I'm going to copy that, or copy the sign up here. I'm going to go back to the app.js file, and here we go. Now we have all of our routes inside of our browser route, and now each route has a path. The home is just a /. This is the first page that it'll go to. That's why we have that /. And then we have other paths like going to the profile and going to the sign up. So now if we run our code here, oh, interesting. Oh yes, that's right. And as you can see here, we're able to get to the home page, but the one thing we forgot was to import the nav bar into each component here. So here we're gonna delete this, and it's gonna create this simple class setup here. We're gonna copy the nav bar here. We're gonna go into each page. So next we'll go to the profile, do the same thing here, have the nav bar, delete that, have this, and then paste that there, delete that, press enter, and we'll have the nav bar and the div here. There we go. And if we go back, yep, now we have our navigation here. We can go to home, go profile, we go to sign up. This is a basic navigation. Before we end the video, I would like to show you guys a base for the sign up page. We want to create a basic form for the sign up here. So what we're gonna want to do is we can delete this div here. Actually, we're gonna highlight everything here. I'm gonna go back to, we're gonna ask it a Copilot to create a submit form that creates a profile with an email and password. Use BEM CSS to style the form. There we go. It's able to create this the CSS for the sign up form here, which is really nice. We're going to copy all this, paste it, and we're going to see for the labels. I don't do anything for the labels here, but for the inputs, I do like to press enter on the tabs here. Just to make it look nicer and cleaner to read. Then we can close these, close the nav bar, close the index files, and then we're going to want to go to sign up, copy and paste this here. Before we do anything else, we want to add a couple of other things. We want to add an on change here, and we're going to want to have a use state here. And then up here, we're going to have a use state email and password. And we're also going to have a handle submit here. This handle submit is actually going to be up here on the form. So we'll have an on submit. It's going to handle that submit. It's going to show off the email and password here. And we're gonna actually have in the console log, hello world. Yep, and then, so we have that email, and then below the password, we're gonna do that same thing. We're gonna have the on change, and this is gonna be able to, every time that there's a change in this input, it's gonna set that password. And then here we have our, we have our CSS using that BEM, formatting style. And now if we go back to our app, we can go to the sign up page. There we go, it has our basic sign up. Have hello world, and password, click sign up. If you press F12, you can see our hello world at gmail.com, and then our password. All right, and that is it. We were able to create our basic framework for our website. We have our basic 3-page layout with our home, profile, sign up page. We were also able to create our React app, go into and creating a folder structure for our components and our pages. We're also able to create the route, and we also learned about React Router DOM and how we can navigate through the pages with these components. I hope you guys enjoyed. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to create a Firebase project and how to integrate it into this basic web format to really get this, to be able to get this email and password form working for our basic website. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.